Hello guys, welcome to onlyvmware.com. We are preparing a video series of building VMware LAB using VMware Workstation, and this is the fifth video. In this video we will install the VMware vCenter appliance. We will prepare a separate video for vCenter manual installation, Windows virtual machine, and also a database VM creation and the connection string between the database and vCenter manual installer. Also the update managers. Here we will utilize the appliance to save some resources, and most important is time. Appliance takes few minutes to just import and start the vCenter server. So for the lab I would say go for the appliance, but for the interviews and the practicing VMware I would recommend go for both the options, appliance as well as the VMware vCenter manual installations. So let's start with the appliance installer first. Please open the VMware Workstation and also the directory where you have just downloaded the appliance. Okay, you can download the appliance from VMware website. You will get a system disk as well as the OVA template. The system disk is the VMDK. Use existing disk option and create a virtual machine using this VMDK, and other way is to just utilize the OVA template. So this is the latest template I have downloaded, and now we can open this template by just right click and open with. That's it. Simply double click on it and it will open with the workstation, and just click on the import button. So vCenter appliance will be imported. Very easy steps, and this will take say 4 to 5 minutes to simple import option. And meanwhile we will go through the features and the limitations of vCenter appliance. Okay, just open the notepad. Okay, so I have prepared a notepad where you can see the limitations and the features. So first of all, the vCenter is built on a SUSE Linux operating system. So those who don't like working on Linux, go for the Windows vCenter installer, and those who like working on Linux based operating systems, go for the appliance. It is the best and the easiest way. In fact, the troubleshooting of Windows vCenter services right now, vCenter 5.1 onwards, I think vCenter is facing a lot of issues with the Windows services. So I would recommend to go for the appliance. So the limitations are VMware vCenter appliance don't support the linked mode function. So you cannot connect two vCenters because of the limitations. And vCenter Heartbeat is also not supported. It requires the 8 GB of RAM, but if you have some limitations, then go for 4 GB. Once the installation is done, just revert it back to 4 GB. And update manager, we will require to set up the update manager in a virtual machine, a separate VM, because vCenter appliance don't support the update manager also. If you are using the embedded database, then you have the limitations for the virtual machines and the host. You can create only 100 hosts and 3000 virtual machines, but if you have the Oracle database with you, then just the limit goes to 1000 hosts and the 10,000 virtual machines. Appliance doesn't support MS SQL database, so you have to stick with the Oracle or the embedded database. The drag and drop functionality is added, so you can simply just drag and drop the virtual machine to the host and host to the clusters. So the appliance is now imported. Simply add a network card to it. It is already having the network adapter. Just change the virtual network. Now the network we are using for the private communication is VMnet 2. Okay, nothing else needs to be changed. Say OK and just power it on. Now it will boot with the normal Linux booting system. So the appliance is now booted, and it is asking us that no network is detected. Please use following command to configure the network. So just note down this command: /opt/vmware/share/vami/vami config net. So right now it is giving us the options that how to open the appliance on a browser. So once we set up the IP address, then we will be able to access the vCenter on a browser. Just note down this port number also, this port number to access the vCenter. Okay, So to log in, simply press enter. The default password for the vCenter is username is root and the password is VMware. Press enter. Now you have that command with you, so just type that command and set up the IP address. That's it. So just type the command /opt/vmware/vami/vami_config net and press enter. Now it is giving us the options. The first option you should choose is the show the current configuration, that is 0. Now there is no IP addressing set right now. Okay, so go for the sixth option to allocate the IP address and to define the network adapter. So that is 6. Press enter. Now it is asking us the configure an IPv6. No, we would like to go for IP version 4. So type N, press enter. Yes for IP version 4. That is why. No, we don't want to use the DHCP. We'll go for the static. So say no. Static IP is 172.16.0.4 because the first IP we used, one is for ADDC, second is for ESXi1, third is for ESXi2. Now this is the fourth IP. Press enter. The net mask is 255.255.255.0. Enter. Okay. Is this correct? Say yes. Enter. Now it is configuring the Ethernet controller. Now we need to configure the gateway. So the option is 2. Press enter. Now gateway has took the ETS 0 and say yeah, that is the best. That is the only network adapter we have. So press enter. Now what is the gateway? 172.16.0.1. Press enter. Press enter. That's it. Now we need to configure the hostname and DNS. So what is hostname? For 3. New hostname will be vc.onlyvmware.local. Enter. The hostname is set. Now the next option is the fourth one, that is DNS. Enter. What is the DNS server? 172.16.0.1. Press enter. Press enter. So that's it, all done. Now just check what is the current configuration. So press 0 again. Enter. Confirm what are the configuration you have right now. Network configuration is IP address 172.16.0.4 correct, netmask is correct, IP gateway is correct, hostname is correct, and the DNS server is also correct. So just go out. To go out, press 1. Exit this program. That's it. Now just confirm if you have IP addressing. Okay, perfect. We got the IP and DNS is also assigned. So we should start the Active Directory and Domain Controller server, because without that the DNS won't work. So just power it on, and also we will add the DNS zone for the vCenter server. Okay. Okay. Just right click, Control Alt delete. Okay, and now go to the DNS and add the DNS zone for the vCenter server. Go to forward lookup zone. Okay, right click, new host. The name of the host is VC. IP will be 172.16.0.4. Add host. Okay, done. Go to the reverse lookup zone and refresh. That's it. So VC is there. Okay, perfect. Now just try pinging from the vCenter server to the ADDC. Ping 172.16.0.1. Alright. Ping 172.16.0.2. Okay, ESX servers are not up, so that's why we are not able to ping. So the vCenter is done. Now let's try accessing the vCenter service. Now for that you cannot access it from your host because we have not added the host inside the private network. So now we need to access the vCenter from our ADDC server. So just go to the Internet Explorer and type the URL. Open it. HTTPS 172.16.0.4:5480. Okay, enter. Okay, I recommend to install the Firefox inside this virtual machine so that we can access the vCenter in a better way. So to install the Firefox, just right click to the ADDC server, go to the settings, go to the options and go in the shared folders. Right now we have not shared the Firefox folder, so for that open the installers, go to E drive, VMware installers and web browsers. So right click to the web browsers, go to the property, go to the advanced sharing, share this folder. That's it. Apply permissions, full control. Okay, apply. Okay, close. Now the web browser folder is shared. The VMware Workstation and the settings always enabled. Add the folder. The folder name is web browser. Go to the E drive and VMware installer and the web browser. Okay, next enable this share, finish. Okay, done. Now for now just I am continuing the access because it has the HTTPS, so we are getting this error. Go to the start menu and go to the network. In the network you should see the shared folder. Now in the shared folders we are seeing the web browser. Now we have all the browsers available with us. Just double click on the Firefox setup and install the Firefox. In the meanwhile we will log into the vCenter server from the Internet Explorer. Type root username and the password VMware. Enable data collection if you wish to. Okay, next configure with the default settings, upgrade from previous version, upload configurations file, set custom configurations. So we'll go for the default settings. Next, start. Now it is synchronizing the NTP, that is time, configuring the database. It will go with the embedded database. So as we have selected the load with the default settings, so all these modules are now configured with the default settings. Now just close. So that's it. This is what the vCenter installer is. Now we will start the ESXi servers and we will add those servers inside the cluster. So for that we will install the VMware vCenter client. Okay, so this will show us that what is the database. Now this is embedded SSO. It has configured the SSO deployment type, that is also embedded. Okay, the time NTP settings, if we'll enable the Active Directory we can log in with that also. The services, you can see the services. The storage, we have not yet added the shared storage. Okay, the network settings, the IP address settings, you can see here. If you wish you can configure the IPs from here also. Okay, you can reboot the vCenter server from here. You can update the vCenter from here. Now we have not connected the internet to this virtual machine. If we will just add another bridge network, then we can update the vCenter appliance. We can reset the password, current password. So let's install the VMware vCenter client and add the ESXi server inside the cluster. So let's start the ESXi server in the first place because they will take some time to power on. Now go to the ADDC server and log into the VMware vCenter client or install the VMware vCenter client. The Firefox is now installed, so we can access the vCenter appliance from here. 172.16.0.4 /5480, enter. I understand the risk, add exceptions, confirm security exceptions. So now the access is very fast. Okay, so I'm just closing the Internet Explorer now, and from now onwards I'll use the Firefox. Now if you don't have the VMware vCenter client installer with you, then you can download it from here. Just go to the browser and type the IP address, that is 172.16.0.4, enter, and from here just download the vSphere client. Okay, so I have the installer with me, so I'll use the installer. So for that I have to share the installer setup. So let's go to our installer directory and just share the VMware vCenter client installer, vSphere client installer. Go to 5.5 and where is the setup? Yeah, this is it. Just right click or simply just share this folder or the VMware installer folder. Okay, so we don't need to share the folder again and again, so we simply share this master folder. Go to the sharing, advanced sharing, share this folder, permissions, allow, apply, okay, apply, okay, close. Now the folder is shared. Just close the window, just right click to the ADDC server, go to the settings, go to options, go to share folders. Okay, always enabled. Now we can delete this folder as we already installed the Firefox. Just add a new folder, browse, give the VMware installer, okay, next, finish, okay. Go to the start and network, VM host, VMware installers. So go to the 5.5 and the VIM 5.5 update 2, yes. Okay, so right click, copy, paste, okay, just right click and run as administrator. So the vSphere client will be installed. So the installation is very simple. Okay, next, I accept, next, install. So finish. The ESXi servers are also powered on, yes, perfect. Go to the ADDC, double click to the vSphere client. So what is the IP address of vCenter? 172.16.0.4. Username is root, password is VMware. So enter. So install and ignore. So loading inventory. That's it. Now we have the 60 days trial from today. So we have the vCenter installed and the vSphere client installed. Now just right click to the VC and create a new data center. The name of the data center will be DC. Enter. Right click to the DC and create a new cluster. The name of the cluster will be only VMware. So we are not enabling the features yet, we will simply add the host machines. So that's it. I am taking the default options. Finish. Right click to the cluster, add host. Now we can add the host using the initial name of the host name or the IP address. So we will use ESXi1. The username is root and the ESXi password. So next, yes, next, no license key, default settings, that's it. Same way we will add another host, that is ESXi2. Username is root and the password. Next, finish. So now the ESXi is host machine is getting added to the cluster. So that's it. Now we have the ESXi host server, we have the vCenter appliance installed, and we are now able to access it using the vSphere client. We can access the vSphere using the web client. To access the web client, we need to use a port number 9443. So open the Firefox and just type https 172.16.0.4:9443 and enter. To access the web client, we will have to install the Adobe Flash Player for the browser. I enabled the internet for this virtual machine and install the Adobe Flash Player. Okay, so you have to do the same. Type the username. Now web client can be accessed using the root authentication or the default SSO username, that is administrator@vsphere.local, and the same root password for the appliance, that is VMware. Enter. So when we log into the web client using the SSO authentication, then we get the SSO administration access, while when we log in using the root username and password, then we get only vCenter access. Now here in the administration, we can see the SSO configurations. All new features of the vCenters can be accessed through the web client only. We will not be able to access the new features from vSphere client. So please remember, from the 5.1 onwards, all the new features are added in the web client. So just log out and log in using the root username and password. So the appliance install all those modules, that is SSO, web client, vCenter server installations. That's why the appliance is the easiest and the fastest way to start with the vCenter. Now log in using root and VMware. So that's it. Now we can access the vCenter. So yes, it is already added here. So the data center is added. The name of the data center is DC. All those data center objects are here. Cluster is here. Host machines are here. Okay. So that's it for now. See you in the next video.